It's as simple as that, and that could be the start of a very, very good set of games.
Oh, yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of Borderline Glory. Here with 1860 Munich, we have some massive games coming up. The first against Hamburg in the Bundesliga 2. It's an away game for us. It'll be a tough one, but Hamburg, a very, very good team, lots of history, and it should make for a good game. And then, against all odds, somehow, in the DFB Pokal, the second round, we have been drawn against Bayern Munich. The Munich Derby is about to go down here on the channel, and it's going to be an absolutely incredible game at our own stadium. 15,000 fans in attendance for that one. It's going to be absolutely massive. And who knows, maybe we could pull off the upset. So before that, we'll have that game against Hamburg, and then who knows if we can go and pull that off. As it stands for us in the league so far, we should probably go and take a look at the fixtures we've played in. We had 2 games last time out. Since then, a 5-4 win in our first round game of the cup. We also had 2 wins in the league, and then it's been a bit of a weird one. We've had 4 out of 5 draws in our last 5 games, and a loss as well, a 1-0 loss. I don't think we've been playing too bad, and if you told us that we would be in 5th place after our first 9 games with only 1 loss, I think we would be very, very happy with that. So not too much to complain about, really. It has been a very, very good start for us, but it's all going to get, hopefully, all the more better. And if we can pull off a shock against Bayern Munich, that would just be absolutely incredible. Arguably the biggest upset we have ever caused on the channel. So let's hope we can go and do that. Now, the transfer window has closed. If we go and take a look at the transfer history down here, the signings we have completed, I don't think anyone else in particular has left the club, notably, but we have brought in some more players. We brought in Tower at the end of last episode. We brought in a goalkeeper, Jan Rachel. He comes in for a fee, 64,000 euros from Nuremberg. He's looking like a very interesting player, lots of potential. At 25 years of age, he's already played a lot of games. He wanted to be a backup, and he might actually get a starting position with the injuries to Don. He has been in this team, and he doesn't look too bad. He does have a lot of potential we want to work with. I just think overall this is a very, very good signing to make, and we've got a lot of good competition now in that goalkeeper position. We brought in Özkan Buyakarslan. We brought him in, German international, also Turkish. This guy, lots of potential. He looks very, very good at 22 years of age, already over 100 games played for clubs like Borussia Mönchengladbach, the second team. He was also with Rot-Weiss Essen and on loan at the Schalke B team, but he has come to a big club, not a big club, but I guess more of a serious club compared to these B teams, and I think it is a very, very good deal. We got him in on a free. His wage is very good. He's here for 4 years. Lots of potential. Already looking like a good player. I think we do have quite a player. Off the right wing, can also play across many different positions in the attack. So I think it's a very good player who we've been able to bring in there. The next player we brought in for a fee of 200,000 euros from Ulm, Max Scholz. He is the right back, depth that we needed, but this guy has a lot of potential. 21 years of age. Already such a really well-rounded profile. I think that's what we were definitely looking at when signing these new players. Gets forward whenever possible is his trait, and I think he fits the role really, really well that we're trying to play on that wing back. He can seem to play all different positions. He can cover at left wing if we need him to. I think we've got ourselves a very good player in at right back there, and we can be very, very happy with that. Also on a very good deal, and that concludes what is arguably a very, very successful. I forgot the final sign. Don't know what's happened there. Arian Lugiki. Now this guy's probably the most interesting signing. We've brought him in. The striker situation was very, very difficult in this season, but we brought him in on a free deal, on a very good deal for that matter. 23 years of age. He's had 6-7 appearances in his career, but only 1 goal scored. Now for a striker that is quite concerning, but his profile is very, very good, and I was thinking of giving him a chance, but I just didn't go for it. But then when I realised there's probably no one else we're going to get, I thought, why not give him a chance? I think we need to give some of these boys time, because they could become very good players, and the cost of an international Lugiki could just be another example of that. The squad is looking very, very good. We're ready to go. Let's go and get straight into it. The first game of the day against Hamburg. So the team for this game against Hamburg, we've got a Ratio in goal, backline of Verla, Voet, Dulic, Musonda, Jacobson, Christiansen and Dan Huff. We've got Kinsombi ahead, Philip on the right and Nina Lechner up top. Kick-off here in this game against Hamburg. Obviously we do have a few changes to the team. There's obviously our goalkeeper's change. I was going to play Christiansen out this team, but Tower, but I didn't really opt for it in the end. I think we've got to have the experience in a game like this. Musonda wins that ball back. Kinsombi is another player who has come into this team. He's been in a very good bit of form. He finds Musonda. Jacobson scores 1-0 here in this game. Lovely finish. He just gets into the box and he just slots that away. It's as simple as that. And that could be the start of a very, very good set of games here in today's episode with a goal after 6 minutes here. Lovely bit of stuff. We had 4 shots on target inside, what was that, for 6 minutes. What are we doing? That is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if we're just absolutely going at them or what's going on, but I can't complain really. If we're going to play like this, so be it. Why not? I am not going to complain about that by any stretch of the imagination. But here is the opposition now with some very interesting kits going on. The colour scheme, shot from range, woodwork rattled, but luckily not to worry us in the end here after 20 minutes gone in this game. It's going to be very exciting to see these new signings coming on. We have to keep players on in this team already. I mean, I know there is a lot of players who were kind of in this team, who are in this starting 11 now, who were here last year, but we need to keep them on their toes and make sure they know there is lots of competition. And I think it was a very slow start to the transfer window, but I think we ended it really, really well. There's a lot of players who we tried to sign and we just couldn't get, but I think we can be happy with the ones who we have been able to. And the big thing is we still have a lot of money to go and spend. The free deals are absolutely amazing. Musonda in behind, squares it. Kinsombi, it's 2-0 and it's as simple as that. And we are absolutely tearing apart Hamburg here in their own stadium. It's a lovely finish from Kinsombi there. I mean, that's exactly why we brought him back into this team, into a starting 11. Jakob is a bit injured, but you know, Musonda and Kinsombi and Jakob all looking like very, very capable players. These are the type of players I said that we want to bring in to like just have lots of good competition, have lots of quality in those areas, and that is exactly what we've gone and done, and that is why it's 2-0 here off that left side twice here in this game. Maybe we need a little bit more from the right hand side. We've got new signings there now which we can go and utilise, and we really will have to if we want to have more influence from there, because Dan Huff and Philip, especially Philip, he has scored a few goals already this season, but is he doing as much as he could be? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe there is a lot of spots to be won here in this team. We are absolutely tearing apart. Musonda, can he find Nina Lechner? He does in the middle. It goes out to Dan Huff in the end. 3-0 here inside 30 minutes. What a game it's been for us. What a performance. And we can be very, very happy with this going into a game against Bayern Munich. 4 out of the last 5 games. In our last 5 games, we've not had a win and we've drawn 4 of them. We can be very, very happy with the way we've played here. This is going to move us very high into the table. I think so far the time here has just been so good. We've built such a really good team. And I think this team had a lot of potential to work on. It just had to be unlocked. And I mean, if we can go and cause the upset against Bayern Munich, dare to dream. But if we can, it's going to be crazy. We're going to have to come up against some very elite players, set up really, really well. There's Philip for 4-0, as we were saying. He might not be at the level we want him to. He goes and scores to make it 4-0. Now the right side are getting involved in this game. The wingers are just absolutely going at it here in this game. I think we want to go and make some early substitutions in the interest of resting players before that Bayern Munich game. Kinsombi, he goes to the back post, it's into the hands of the Hamburg goalkeeper the first time. They've really had a bit of control of the ball by the looks of it, but everyone in that attack has just been so good. It's been so impressive to see, and we are 4-0 up in this game. We can be very, very happy with the way we've played. That is a shot there, but it is well over the bar. That is not troubling Ray Shirt in the end there, as the half-time whistle is going to go here in this game. I might make the changes nice and early. I don't see why we shouldn't. I mean, there's definitely one change I want to make. It won't count as a stoppage. I'm going to bring Nina Lechner off, and I'm going to bring Lugiki into this game. And then I think as well, maybe Björk could come into this game on the right hand side. We'll leave Philip on, see if he can go and get himself another goal. Probably looking at changes a lot more prioritised around the defence. Is probably the most important factor, because we have no Fressel, but I don't think he will have returned. I think he's away on an international tournament actually. Not too sure about Jacob, or Jakob I should say, so we'll have to be considerate of what we do with these changes, and that could be a red card here in this game. I don't know what's gone on there. Maybe it is just a free kick. It looked like a bit of a rash challenge. Luckily nothing comes from that in the end for us. The free kick here for Hamburg goes to the far side and it's hit the woodwork again. Hamburg have been a little bit unlucky, being denied by the woodwork quite a few times here, but what a transfer window, what a good set of players we brought into this team. It's worked out really well. Everything is just going well, and the potential is definitely being fulfilled here with this 1860 Munich team. They do get a goal back, the opposition do in this game. We're going to be a bit more balanced. Just want to kind of take the foot off the gas a little bit, really just rest this team as much as possible. I think an edge that we could have on Bayern Munich is our amount of game time, or lack of game time. They will obviously be playing in a lot of Champions League football, you would imagine, so we really want to just go and to capitalise on that with our very good squad depth now, and go and outbeat them, or outdo them in the energy levels, I guess. We'll go and bring Kinsombi a little bit more, but we'll pull him back a little bit, and then who would we bring? Or do we bring? I think we'll bring Boy Carson on the left hand side. Swap Philip around, see how that works out. It probably won't work out too well for Philip, but I guess it's not something that matters particularly, as Jacobson goes and gets himself a goal. Now that's very good to see. We'll go and bring off Voet. We do have some sharpness we still need to bring into these boys. I'm going to bring Lesnar on, and then as well we'll go and bring Jacobson off. I know he's just scored, but sharpness in Christiansen does need to go up a little bit as well for that game. We have been rotating in the midfield and defense, or the whole team really. I think that's going to be a really important factor if we want to go and do well in this season. The position we find ourselves in the league table is in 5th place. Was it? Yeah, still 5th place, but that is still really good. 17 points after 10 games is a really good start for us, and we can be really happy. We are in amongst the elites of the second division of German football. We can be very happy with that. If we made all our changes, we have made 4 changes. We can go and make one more here in this game. I guess we'll go and do that now. Who do we want to bring on is probably the most important thing. I guess it's Scholes who we'll probably bring on for Dan Huff. That quick change. I really want to show you how good Scholes is, because he has been very good when he has come on. He's only had sub appearances, but he has been good in those appearances. So bring him off for Dan Huff. Obviously Dan Huff is a player we want to be well rested for that game against Bayern Munich, which is coming up next after a massive performance, a 5-1 win here by the looks of it. 14 shots on target, incredible attacking display, and let's go and see what we can go and do against Bayern Munich in the Munich Derby. So the team for this game against Bayern Munich, there's going to be no changes. Ray showing our backline of Verlat, Voet, Dulic, Musonda, Jacobson, Christiansen, Dan Huff. We've got Kinsombi, Philip and Niederlechner up top. What a game. So as we take a look, or we did very briefly, at the opposition team there, they've got some very good players starting in this 11. I don't know if there's anyone we can note here. I did see some players, Upamecano, Goretzka, Luis Diaz is on this left hand side. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to put on the dynamic highlights, why not? Let's go and have a look at what's going on here in this game. It's going to be a very interesting one. Hopefully we can go and get the result. If we don't, as long as we can have at least a half credible performance, that would be very good, and we can be happy with that. But I think we've got a very capable team who the pressure is on Bayern Munich. They've won this trophy many times. Upsets have happened before, and I think we've got a very attacking brand of football which could overwhelm them. Here's Philip standing over the free kick on that far side. It's not able to go in the end there, but here is Jonathan Tah into Ito down this left hand side. Luis Diaz, look at all these players, but Jacobson wins it back, and Philip is on the ball down the right hand side. Is Dan Huff, who's in the channel there. He finds Dulic behind, he goes to Christiansen. You can tell there's a bit of pressure. We've lost a bit of shape, but if we can retain the ball, that is the most important thing. We do lose out in the end there, and it is Luis Diaz now who finds himself on the ball down this left hand side. The opposition looking to come and attack. It's Upamecano who's on that ball there. It's Oscar Bob who signed for Bayern Munich. All these very good players. Ferran Torres is also there. They're just knocking the ball around, seeing what they can do. We've got rules to mark those wingers really tightly. There is a ball in there that hits just the outside of the post. Maybe if we're going to struggle a little bit with those headers, we might have a half-time substitution just to counter it a little bit. Obviously we have quite a lot of height in Lesnar, on the bench who will be looking to bring on, especially with all that experience. Is very important in a game like this to have someone like that in the team. Here is Bayern Munich on the ball on that right hand side I should say. The ball is in behind the pace of Bob there, and it is put out by Musonda. In the end, opening 10 minutes here, the pressure really being put on us, but as long as we can withstand the pressure, maybe on the counter-attack here, we could go and find something. Verlat gets that header clear, it is in behind there, and I think it's an offside. Is there no offside? It is a very good save by Rearshot there in the end to go out for another Bayern Munich corner. We need to win our headers, especially at the near post. We do have both posts covered, so we need to be careful of that. It is cleared. Musonda, can he get on the end of that? He's not able to in the end. It's to the edge of the area. Will the shot go in all the way to Leon Goretzka? And it's another corner, and the corner is just going to keep coming at this rate here for Bayern Munich as long as we can keep getting them clear. It doesn't look like they commit many men forward here. Only 5 in the box for them, and Danhoff is the one who gets his header gone there, and we're going to look to really get this ball clear if we can at any point. Bayern Munich playing really high, but if we can go on the counter, it has forced us a bit deep on the counter. It could be very, very effective for us. We're going to go a bit more positive. If we can, I think an important thing in this game is if we can create a good overload and really put that pressure on, which we usually do, it could force an error in this Bayern Munich team. Obviously very elite, but they won't expect it from us really. We don't want to shell up. Here's Kinsombi in behind here, and it's going to be a corner for us, the first real chance for us. Kinsombi, a lovely run in behind there, and after 13 minutes we finally get our first chance. The ball is going to go in here. It's quite a high ball for Verlat. He's not able to get there, and now the counter attack could be on, but it is only 1 versus 4 here unless Bayern Munich can get forward on this side defending. We've got a duty. Musonda goes in, and that is a bit of a poor challenge really. It is going to be a free kick. The nerve's definitely there, but we don't want to shell up. We really want to be positive, get that ball forward and see what we can go and do with it. In the first 15 minutes of this game, it's been very, very eventful, and it's definitely felt like it's been a bit of a rivalry going on here, as you'd expect in the Munich Derby. What a game it has been so far. There's a ball here cleared out only as far as Dulic to Danhoff, bit isolated. Where can he go? It's not many options for him really. Dulic does well there to work it into the middle. Jacobson, Christiansen, lovely bit of play, but we've got to be doing a little bit better there, and it's a loose ball there in the end really. I think everyone's a bit nervous. Here's Christiansen, finds Danhoff going to go on in one of his runs, you'd hope, and he does do that. He beats Luis Diaz and he cuts inside. He plays Niederlechner in at the back post. Musonda, it falls out to now. Can he go into the midfield to find one of the two who find themselves in those anchor positions? It falls back to Dulic. Can we work it back to Danhoff? Lovely ball, trying to find Danhoff in behind. The header finds Danhoff. He goes for the shot for Niederlechner, and it is cleared out for a corner. Bayern Munich making absolutely no mistake with those balls, and they know how deadly they are. They're playing a 4-2-4 system. I think we match them quite well, particularly with the 3-back. Verlat can't go up for his header. They might go in the channels a bit more with the 2 strikers, but I think we can just create an overload 2-on-1 in all situations at the back with those strikers. It's just the height might need to be matched a little bit more, particularly of their left striker. So maybe we're having a look at bringing off one of our right centre back in Dulic. Here's Kinsombi, goes out to Musonda. Here's cleared out. Kinsombi, Musonda, Kinsombi to the edge of the area. Jacobson, where can he go? He finds Verlat, who finds himself in a pretty good position. Bit of a poor decision in the end there. Can we win our headers? Voa is able to do that. It falls to Dulic, who plays Niederlechner. Niederlechner turns. Kinsombi, Philip. What can we do with this here? It's Christiansen into Philip, back again. Philip could be in behind here. He finds Danhoff. Is that a penalty? Very, very close. If Danhoff had gone down, there was a bit of contact going on in there. Very, very close. It was a very good idea, and we're just piecing up Bayern Munich here a little bit. We're keeping them on their toes. We are keeping them on their toes. 20 minutes gone here in this game. It has been. I'm very impressed with the way we've played so far. That obviously you can tell the elite element in Bayern Munich and just some of the little things that they do, but overall I think we have put on a very, very credible display. Here is their left striker, who's been very, very impressive here in this game on the turn, and Reischer does get a very good save there. We need I think we will need that change. Dulic, or maybe Voa actually. Maybe Dulic goes into the centre, because I think he has been really, really good, and bring Voa off, who's had I think he has struggled a bit with the nerves, and as well it could help us with the height a little bit more here in this game. The ball, will it go in from Oscar Bob? It's drilled in, and that's well over in the end, into that stand of the 1860 fans cheering us on back there. It's been a very, very good display so far from both teams really. It's made for a good derby day. Here's Danhoff on the ball. He goes to Philip. Danhoff, can he look? to go and get a ball, and he beats his man. He is a bit isolated. Luis Diaz against Danhoff. He plays the ball in. Kinsombi at the back post. Jacobson into Musonda. He's cutting in. He has the shot. So close. It is going to be a corner. How is that not gone in? It looked like it was going to creep into that top right corner, or top left corner I should say. Very, very close to that being the opening goal. Jacobson, Verlat at the back post. It's going to fall out maybe for a throw in, or to Verlat. It is going to be a throw in here. And we are really, really in this game. Absolutely going at Bayern Munich. I mean, this is the biggest game I guess you can make in the whole of our time at 1860 Munich. We're going to make it a documentary length if we have to. Here's Musonda. Where can he go? He goes to Jacobson. He goes into Christiansen. Christiansen might look for Danhoff. He goes to Kinsombi. The ball over the top could be in behind. Not the time we were looking for there really, but the pressure will continue. But it does go back to the goalkeeper in the end, but we might win that back. Niederlechner on the volley. Is anything going to happen there? It's a handball. A yellow card for a handball. And I don't know how that was deliberate. That's very, very interesting decision there made by the referee. I don't know what's gone on there, maybe in favour of Bayern Munich a little bit. I don't know. That's very, very interesting really what's gone on there. Here's Stanisic, Goretzka, just a lot of quality knocking around in the middle. It looks like they are playing with a bit of a inverted fullback or inverted wing back even in the middle there. Diaz cuts in the shot. Will it go in? Here goes to Goretzka. They're just trying to work it, but we are really getting back and dropping back and causing an overload even in the defence as well, and then transitioning out in a really good manner. This is what we want to see from the team. It is Ito who's coming to this wing back position. I mean, if we can counter down this right hand side, there would be a bit of trouble for them. Voa does bring down Ferran Torres there, and it will be a free kick, a 5-man war. Luis Diaz is good on these free kicks. He goes for it, and it does hit the wall in the end. 30 minutes gone here in this game. No goals to break up the two teams yet. We could go to extra time and even penalties. Imagine we cause the upset on the penalties. That would be remarkable, really. It goes out to Ferran Torres, and that is in the hands of a rare shot in the end there down this right hand side. Can we get the ball progressing? See what we can do. It goes out to the left. Kinsombi or Musonda looking around that area there. Doesn't work to any of them in the end. The structure we're taking up here really, really good, just putting on that pressure, and you know, we might be allowing a bit too much space in the middle, but I think we are maintaining a really good structure, and particularly in positions like this. Or maybe not, the ball does work itself in behind there in the end. We might have to be a little bit more demanding in terms of the press. I think I am going to call for that a little bit more. What would we go for here in terms of that? Would we just ask for the press? I think we do have a little bit of a press on, but I don't know. We'll have to take a look at that. Maybe a half time out of possession. The press, it would be here. Trigger press. We're going to go much more often with that there, and trap outside. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think we want it with these wingers. With how good they've been playing, that is not a good idea. Usually we like it. Maybe that's not a good idea overall in terms of inviting crosses. We do not have a lot of height compared to strikers that we do come up against, so maybe not the best idea to go with that. 35 minutes gone though here in this game, to the edge of the area. Once again, I do think we need a centre back change. Is looking like the most obvious thing to do here in this game. Upamecano and Tar just knocking it around. So much quality in this Bayern Munich team for a DFB Pokal game, and you've got to remember Bayern Munich could even bring on the likes of Harry Kane, Elise, all these different players that they have on the bench, and it would be quite a scary game if we ever do get there, but hopefully not. That header over the bar in the end. 35 minutes gone in this game. 1-0 to Bayern Munich. They are 1 up in this Munich derby, but still all to play for. We are definitely not out of this game as it stands. We've got to be a bit better with our goal kicks, so if we do want to remain in it. Oscar Bob down this right hand side. Real good pressure there from Jacobson, who's come across to cover there. What we want to see, really, just putting the pressure on and staying real close. It's into the middle. Tar, Upamecano. Where can we go with this ball? Over to Luis Diaz. Can he look to go and get a ball in now? We're just putting the, maintaining the decent pressure, but it does work itself in behind, and the pace is just too good. Bayern Munich go 2-0 up here in this game. It's Ferran Torres who scores against us now. Our first taste of very elite players, and it might not have gone our way here in this game. 36 minutes. gone 2-0 down. Let's see what we can go and do. Do you know what? We're going to go attacking. We might as well go and do it. Here's Nina Lechner, and it's loose to Kinzombie. In the end, we will proceed with those tactical changes. We've had a few shots, which is positive. At least we can get them away, but we need a bit more. I think it's at the end of this second half, it is definitely spun in favour of Bayern Munich, and we don't want one more to go. And if we can go in at 2-0, then maybe we can grow and get something for ourselves in this second half. We'll have to see. You've got to remember, it is only the cup, but it would be nice also as well to get through to that next round and hopefully get a bit of an easier game. 40 minutes gone here in this game. A few substitutions at half time could definitely benefit us. I can see two that could really benefit us here in this game. Can we get to half time? This dynamic mode, I must say, is not it is quite long. It feels like the key highlights probably would be a little bit more effective maybe in the second half. We go to it because I don't know, it's just a bit of a weird one really. It's supposed to show more like, I think it's supposed to show even more important highlights, but I think it's just showing a lot of the chances, which I guess is good. The woodwork rattled there by Luis Diaz, definitely causing so many problems for us here in this game. Maybe we need some fresh legs on him to minimise the threat. Dan Huff off could be a good idea, but he will probably come off as well. Is there going to be a card here or something in this game? We do have just a single card, to be fair to us. That's quite impressive. Oh, it is another card actually for Kinzombie. We need to be careful of him down that left hand side. He is a player who we will really want to keep on here in this game, but the changes are set up, ready to be made here at half time. What we want to go and look to do, it is cleared to Philip. Can he go and make a bit of a counter attack before the half time whistle? He goes to Dan Huff. Philip, good bit of play here. We could have a bit of something going on. Philip, can he pull it back to Dan Huff? Go all the way. Where will he go? I don't know where that's gone. He goes to Jacobson, to be fair. Christiansen into Kinzombie. He's got to go for an effort from range there in the end. Can we get an half-time whistle? That is what it'll be. Half-time, 2-0 here in this game. Can the fans rally behind us? It's been a very entertaining game so far, but we need to turn it up a little bit here in this game if we want to go and do something. The pressure is definitely on Bayern Munich to not go and lose this game. I'm going to bring on Burak Arslan in this game here. I'm not going to make the Dan Huff change just yet. I want to see the changes that Bayern Munich make actually, but I am going to bring Voa off, even though he is quite kind of well rested, I guess. I think it makes sense. And then we're going to bring Dulic off, get that experience on Diaz as well, and then also their left striker that has been causing quite a few problems. I think Vela will be good with Ferran Torres in this game. So it does look like their left striker has come on. I didn't see, was it Kim Min-jae who came on? So yeah, Kim has come on. I don't know who the other player was to come on. I wish we could see like a touchline tablet. That would be so useful. I don't know if you can do it. There is a ball in behind here. It does go out cleared in at the end. I'm going to put it on the key highlights because I feel like some of these are a bit of a joke, to be honest. The ball working down this left hand side. Musonda, I don't think we've seen a lot from the left side really. It's been a lot more from the right side, you argue, with like Dan Huff and players like that. Here is Ferran Torres, who finds himself on the ball there, really out wide. He's gone, I think he is playing striker for them, and he has gone really wide with that one there, and it doesn't trouble the keeper in the end. Diaz does remain on the pitch here. We're probably going to look to make a few more changes. I am going to look to bring Dan Huff off now. We will go ring Scholes on. Do we bring Fessel on? That could be an interesting change. I am going to bring Lugiki on instead. If we want to bring Fessel on, we'll do that in the next change. Maybe a midfield change. To be fair, I think our midfield has probably been our best players. Just really kind of not different. Obviously, no one's been exceptional because we are 2-0 down. Kinselby with a free kick here. Reaching save. I don't know how he's managed to get to that, but I think the midfielders have held us down and given us a bit of stability in times of very, very intense pressure that we've been under in this game from the Bayern Munich team. There is a ball in behind and it's 2v1. We want to be doing a little bit better to close that down. That could be it here in this game. Bayern Munich go 3-0 up. It is Ferran with his second goal of this game. Maybe not to be. Let's go and see if we can go and get a goal against him. We've gone very attacking and it's not worked out in our favour in this second half just yet. We'll go and see. Maybe bring Kinzombie off just to not risk getting him sent off, and we'll go and bring on, I don't want to bring Jacob on because he is still injured. I'll bring Fressel on and see what he can go and do here in the remaining parts of this game. Give him a bit of experience as a young player. Could really be very good for him against a team like Bayern Munich. We've got to do a little bit better in closing down this ball. It's Gnabry who's come on. That just takes the mick. How can you just have Gnabry to bring on here in this game? Paulinho as well. I don't think he started the game and he's come into the mix all of a sudden, which is just crazy. He has come on. Absolutely crazy, the quality, but if we could go and get a goal, then I'd consider that after this game a pretty successful day. Let's go and see what we could go and do here in this game. It's Goretzka who plays Ferran. I mean, we've marked him quite closely there, a bit more positive. I guess it's a bit late now for that. Maybe not. Diaz is in behind. He rattles the woodwork for what has been, must be the third time of this episode. I bet he's going to be very frustrated with that fact that he's not been able to get a goal, because he has caused, as we expected, quite a few problems for us here in this game. After 75 minutes, Bayern Munich still in possession of the ball. This team, very, very elite. Credit to them. We are not at the level of them yet, but you must say, maybe if we were not managing this team, the result would have been quite a bit bigger difference, bigger margin than if we weren't managing here at this club. So we can be proud of our efforts. I think players have had good games individually, but as a team it's just not worked for us today. There's still time for us to maybe go and get a goal, maybe even two. Let's go and have a look. Here's Jacobson. He finds Verlat, Musonda and Gnabry with that press, just wins it back, really isolated down that left hand side. Here's Verlat into Dulic, Jacobson into Fressel. Can he work it out wide to Scholes? He's in a very good advanced position. He takes on Lugiki for his first goal. He does score. We do get a goal here against Bayern Munich. Is the comeback on? It's a lovely finish from the new signings. Maybe we're going to start seeing them a little bit more, because I said Lugiki, he's got some very, very good qualities, and Scholes as well. Just look how advanced he gets off the bat straight away. He knows exactly where he needs to be. That is a clinical finish. That is a very difficult finish as well from the left foot. Usually he'd go with the right foot there and just pull it across the goal, but he's gone across the goal with his left foot to place that in the way he did. He looks like a very, very good player, and it is 3-1 now here. In this game, we do get our goal, and Lugiki with just his second career goal, but he's matched all of his previous club goals. We could be very happy with that, and I'm glad to see that he has finally gone and got a goal. He hasn't really had much playing time. He has had a start in this season, but I think with a bit of time, with a lot of these players, with Buya Carslan as well, and maybe even Fressel as well, it's not settled for him just yet. With enough time in this second division season, I think they will go on and do well. But Diaz finally gets his goal. Credit to him, he has been absolutely all over us in this game. I think it's a very successful day for the whole city of Munich, and it's been a very good derby day. Not the result we wanted. We managed to get 6 shots on targets away against Bayern Munich, a 4-1 loss at home. We've seen better days, but it's been a very good game for a lot of these guys as well to develop in their careers. The final few moments of this game, 3 minutes of added time, and the full-time whistle is going to go, and that is a 4-1 loss in this derby day to Bayern Munich. What a game. So there you have it, not to be against Bayern Munich. That has done very good for the finances. We've received 400,000 for getting to the second round. I think we also received about 500,000 just for TV coverage, so we can be very, very happy with that. Not to be, but we did get a massive win in that first game. It's been a very good episode. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to join the Discord down below. Stick around for more content. I'll leave you with this little tune. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.